Three, two, one, go. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome once again to the My Walkman Talk Show. And today, as always, I'm here with my buddy Marcus, the one and only M3s.
We're getting it okay today. So,
Yeah,
y'all are welcome to this podcast.
Today is another in-person show.
Yeah, we're actually together right now. And
Yeah.
a bit of a jolly ride going on. So today we just hope to give our best and hope you guys enjoy the show.
Yeah, exactly. As always, what to expect on the My Walkman show. Basically, what we do every episode is talk about money, talk about how to make money in Nigeria, what you need to do, skills you need to learn, and just like 30 minutes brainstorming session on ways to make or earn a living in Nigeria. So, without further ado, let's get right to the show. And if you listen to our last episode, we talked about making money in Nigeria, hairdressing as an hairdresser,
Yeah,
and what it entails being an hairdresser, how you need your initial money to pay for equipment and to get into the whole hairdressing scene. And hairdressing here is referring to both male and female, male barbers and female hairstylists.
male and female barbers, male
Yeah.
and female hairstylists.
Yeah.
As in our last section, we're talking about different hand jobs that you can do as
Yeah.
a you just finish your secondary school, just want to learn something. I can fetch you money in the future or immediately. So we're talking about different hand jobs, and we mentioned hairdressing, we mentioned welding, we mentioned makeup, catering, and so on.
Exactly. So,
We threw the question last time, and we were asking how can you make money when you don't have anything? Like how can you actually
you
make
make
money in Nigeria in this
Yeah.
setting? Like
you have
you
zero.
have zero people that is gonna give you the money.
Yeah.
How can you just start from nothing? That was the
So,
question we threw out last time.
last
So
time. So,
just hope you guys can keep the answers coming. Yeah. Just keep the
Yeah.
answers coming because it's actually we've been thinking about it. Like
a lot.
it's something that is affecting that. I don't know if it's affecting, but I think it's affecting the youth.
Basically, it's affecting the youth.
And
It's a major problem. Like, you see somebody now, they go to university, maybe the ones that didn't go, like, after their basic education, secondary school education, like, what's next for them, you know? If you say, oh, go and get a job, most of the jobs you see around, like, what we're trying to look at is not just, okay, for the privileged ones who have a family member to support them, or for somebody that knows somebody in a company that can get them a job. Like, you are just somebody now, you don't know anybody, you don't have any support. So how can you get something for yourself, being that kind of individual that doesn't have any means of doesn't know anybody to support you? So yeah, that's like a major thing we're trying to figure out, and we hope by doing these shows and by putting out these recordings, we can get the public interested and people can put in their opinions, and this can really be a way to help people out and to really help those people who don't have any way or any means to make a living. So
yes,
that's just one of the things we're looking at. So the way we do this show, normally we take like an idea or a business idea and just try to analyze it and look at it critically from a outsider perspective.
Yeah, we look at the advantage, the disadvantage, those things you encounter
Yes. So
when starting.
and as
something
always,
that.
like what we always say, disclaimer: we are not experts in most of these fields, and we're just trying to like get the public opinion on it as well. And we're also just by talking about it, we're trying to find flaws and learn from whatever we say on this show
Yeah,
as well.
and create awareness as well, so
Mm.
that other experts like you are there now,
Yeah.
are an expert in one of these fields. You know the advantages, you
outs.
know the in and outs, you know the shortcomings in
And
these
everything,
fields. You can
yes.
just come out and also give
Educate
us your take
Yes,
on those things.
exactly. So that's one thing we're eager about and we're looking forward to. So let's take a look at what we'll be looking at today. So today we have a question. Well, I think we should continue pontificating
Lars,
on the question we gave at last time. So the question was, how can you make 1,000 or more, or like just make money without having anybody to support you? Like
is it possible?
Is it possible to make money without having a support system, a family member, a friend, or any form of savings? Like maybe you travel to a new town, you don't know anybody, you're all on your own, and you don't have anybody to call to send you money. So how do you go about surviving like that and not ending up on the streets?
So basically, I would say, as humans, we are social beings. We need to interact. Money is meant to flow.
Mm.
So if somebody is not giving you, you're not receiving.
Mm.
So it's either you can create a service that people want, a value that people want, or you are just favored. I believe that there's something that's favored. Someone can just see you and just give you when you ask. But then, how many people give you when you ask? They're not much. So now let's say, how can you do that in a strange land?
Exactly.
It's just by creating something out of nothing.
So let's look at it now. Creating something out of nothing. So how does that work exactly? So let's say maybe I travel to like Jos now. I don't know anybody in Jos, and I don't have anybody to call to send me money. So how can I like start doing something in Jos that would fetch me my first 1,000? So making something out of nothing. Let's say we meet somebody, like I think last time we talked about meeting people to like help them clean.
Yeah, just doing little jobs. Run around. But then we said, okay, how many people is going to give a stranger something like that?
Something, exactly.
And it's not actually much. But then there are people like that. Well, in a situation when you don't find them, what do you do?
What do you do? Exactly. So yeah, that's what we do on this show. If you are wondering what exactly we're doing here, we're pontificating and we're trying to figure this thing out. We're just brainstorming different ideas as it comes to mind, different things you can do, different ways you can try.
Yeah.
And we're doing it all in real time, as we're just speaking like it's kind of like a 30 minutes of extreme focus on how to earn a living in Nigeria. So from what you are saying now, from what I can gather now, is that for you to do anything as a person, for you to get any money, somebody has to give you that money.
Yeah.
Like somebody has to like either give you as a gift or give you as payment for a service. or for a goods of an item. So let's look at that now. For service, for payment for service. So what service can you offer now to a stranger to enable them pay you money?
Okay, before we continue deliberating on that, I want you guys to understand that here we analyze. So when you hear the negative we are throwing out, it's so that we can understand that okay, this situation, this scenario can also play out there. And then we are trying, it's not like we are just being negative that this thing cannot work, this thing cannot work, this thing cannot work. We are saying it can work in some situation, but then in those situations where it can't work, what do you do? So in rendering of services, you can just go to a strange land and you meet people and just offer to render service. Like you see a bushy lawn and then you fix that, you clear it for them and you are paid. You can see someone going through stress and you just like offer, okay, hey ma, please can I be helping you go run errands, and you just pay me after every errand. You can do those things.
Would you be open to receiving payments in the form of, let's say, maybe in the form of kinds instead of money?
Yeah, I think there are sometimes you actually need kinds because the money you need it for either something,
food or shelter.
And then when you are, maybe I say run this errand for me and then I'll give you a plate of food. It's actually something you should accept, you can accept depending on your situation. Maybe you don't have food at home, so this is just a quick meal for you, you worked for it. Normally if I pay you, you are going to get food. And then you can just accept that, or I can say okay.
One thing that's strange or very common in Nigeria is this case of fear, poisoning.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And like, in a typical Nigerian society, you can't accept food from a stranger like that, so. Just like that. You believe that you're going to be poisoned.
Yeah.
So I think, but then we are looking at, let's say, everybody is educated, everybody is well learned in the society, forgetting about, in the typical Nigerian society, we know about witches and all these things. So
story for another day.
That's story for another day. But now we are looking at it in a plain, positive light.
Yeah.
Can you accept that? Some people can, some can't. Some believe that, oh, just give me my 500 naira. Even if the kind is worth more than the money. Some people believe that, give me the money, I'll make good use of it better than what you want to give me.
Let's look at another scenario. We're assuming now that for this person that travel to a different location, maybe they are not too educated, they don't have enough friends. You just finished secondary school, you don't know anybody, you're like, man, you want to leave home and start your life. So let's look at a example of somebody, maybe like a graduate now. You just finished NYC and you have finished serving from where they posted you to. So what's the next step now for you now as a recent NYC graduate? Like, what are your options? I believe you have two options. Is it that maybe you stay
where you were
posted to, or you relocate back home or to a different location. So in doing that now, how can you create a service or something that would give you money, like as an NYC or as a recent graduate now?
Okay.
Let's look at that case scenario.
In a recent graduate, someone that just finished his NYC, society, or let's say the NYC governing body, they assume that from the money you were paid, you have been able to save up. Which is funny actually, because
exactly.
Nigeria is Nigeria. We know how things are in Nigeria. You cannot survive on that. Let's be
first
real.
of all,
Let's just be
not to
realistic.
talk of saving.
But then they believe there are some people that save. Oh, normally I don't know how they do it because we've been there. We know that the money you are receiving is not what you are spending normally. So let's go with them. You are supposed to save, and after you save, you are supposed to learn a skill. So the NYC has given you that platform to learn a skill. Said.
Yeah.
It's very important. If you can learn a skill, follow it up. After you leave camp, you follow up with some of those ones that comes to your CDS and all those places. Continue learning. They are free and some are low amount of money which you can actually pay. So that's what the platform has set for you as an NYC person actually. So you are not among those people that
Really
should be
means
starting from nothing. It's believed that you are starting with something. You are starting with time. You are
But
starting
let's
with money.
look at another case scenario now. You are an NYC person and you did not participate. You did not participate in any of these activities. You're a terrible copper.
Yeah.
And now you are done with service and you have no money, no skill. So what do you do?
Yeah, that's a situation where you've made a mistake, and now we are talking about, okay, yes, I agree, I've made a mistake, I was not able to utilize my time, but now there's no better time starting than now.
Exactly.
So my yesterday was not used properly, so I want to make sure my today is used properly. What can you do now?
Exactly. So
you will not be in this category of people that, but your own is that you have experience with, because you've gone to places, you've seen people, you've related with different minds. So your mind now will be your advantage in creating. So you now as an NYC pass out person now, what will your mind tell you to do in this situation?
Well, actually, like what you said now, your mind will be your greatest asset, because comparing yourself now to somebody who maybe has not gone through all this process and networks with all these people, you went to camp, you met with people, you saw people, you made some friends. Hopefully, if you did not,
you heard things also.
You heard things, you did something with your time, basically. Whether you did not do anything relating to your actual NYC, you probably used that time somewhere else. Like your time did not, that's something that just came to my mind now as was talking. Like no matter how you feel like you wasted your time, you did not actually waste your time. You just used it for a different purpose.
And sometimes you use it for unproductive things.
Exactly, yeah. But the thing is that, what I'm saying is that the thing now you may consider as unproductive, was it really unproductive? Because looking at it now, everything is meaningful to somebody else. Let's say maybe try your NYC now, you just spend the entire time watching movies. You didn't go out, you didn't do anything, you're just watching movies, watching TikTok, watching Instagram, just going to parties and stuff like that. So another person now, they'll be like, oh, this person wasted their time. But actually, you just used your time differently. And what I'm trying to say now is that all those TikTok videos you were watching, all those Instagram, all those parties you attended, you met people in that process, you interacted with some accounts, you gained some experience from those things, and in a way you can convert those experience to monetary value for you. You know the TikToks you watch, you know the information you gathered all through that time. You can maybe meet with those people, try to like replicate their life, try to do something relating to those interests that you put yourself in at that time. instead of maybe, let's say for example now you are done with NYC and there's this other person now uh who they were like maybe saving their money, trying to learn a skill and all those stuff like that, and maybe now that person is kind of doing something with the skill they learn. Instead of you feeling down and like, oh, I did not learn any skill, I was just watching TikTok and feeling bad, you can turn that negative energy now into something and be like, oh, the TikTok I was watching, I probably watched one or two nice ones, and they may have given you some ideas on things to try. You may have went to one or two party, met some cool guys, some cool girls, and link up and try to build on what you already have. So yeah, in essence, all what I'm just trying to say is that no experience is actually wasted, and as an individual, if you've gone through NYC, you've gone through university, just take time, sit down, rewind, replay, analyze those experiences and see what you can actually come up with, what you can actually like, okay, I did this thing, like try to see the good
just
in those
see
experiences,
the positives in those things.
Basically everything I just said now just came from just this talk from just now. Like I have not thought of this before. So this is one of the wonderful things
about this session.
Yeah, so you don't know your mind will just like come up with these ideas and stuff. Yeah. And just so that's something I believe should be of help to somebody who's maybe in a situation like that and they feel down, they feel like, oh no, it's over. So over to you.
Just listening to what you said, and I really get it. There is no time. There's actually no waste of time. It's just that you spend your time doing something else.
Exactly.
But you can really critically look at that thing you are doing, even if it's just talking to people. There's always wisdom coming out from there. There's always ideas that will pop up from there.
Exactly.
So like you said, going through these systems is an advantage. So this is to encourage youth out there now. Going through university, going through NYC is actually an advantage in your thought process.
In your mindset.
I'm not saying that's the only thing
that you get
that will make you like more knowledgeable though, but it's an advantage because you can see that even with wasting your time in the university, wasting your time during NYC, there is something that has come out from it that is always going to come out from it, no matter how wasteful you think it was.
It was, exactly.
So we encourage you to actually still go to school. We encourage youths out there to
no matter how much you say school na scam.
Yeah, it's not actually a scam. There's actually something.
There's a benefit to the scam.
I always tell people, I say go. If you have not gone to school, you don't have the right to say school is scam.
Exactly.
Just like if you've not tasted money, you cannot say money is bad or money is root for evil. Yeah. You need to test these things, see them, and say, okay, I did not really. You did going to school now. You just be like, they are not really. If you look at life going on, you'll see that they are actually building you for something.
You know,
just that you're too naive that time to know.
Exactly. That's something I learned while we were in school.
That's it.
You know, when we were in school, I think around the 200 level, we started doing C++ assembly. You know,
and we're like,
what's this?
What's this? How will you use this thing in real life?
In real life. And I can't imagine how naive we were then. We were so ignorant.
People are doing better things. Doing this.
We're thinking like, they should be teaching us something like JavaScript, React, Python. And
don't know that they were laying foundation.
Now they were laying the best foundation. And now in the industry, because currently I do software development on the side. Node.js, the compiler for Node.js was written in C. The compiler, and it's so crazy. Like then I was despising C so much. Nobody's writing C again. Oh man, if you're writing
it's an old language.
It's an old language. You're a dinosaur. Stuff like that. But that's basically just what we're trying to say. And no knowledge is lost. And you may think even assembly was actually a very, very important subjects.
Yeah.
Like the like
One of
it
the
was
most
one of the
hated.
most hated, but it was one of the most important because
Important.
everything compiles down in the end to
Yeah.
assembly programming. Sorry, we're deviating to
A little.
computer science stuff, but what we're just trying to say is that whatever you're doing, the experience of this life as you go through it, every event that happens in your life is an experience that you can use, you can draw strength from later on.
So our advice now to you is that
Yes,
we've made some mistakes. So
definitely.
our advice now is this: always pay attention
Yes,
to
to
every
the present. Pay
to the
attention
present.
to the present.
Pay
yes.
enough attention, no matter how on value you think what you are doing is.
Is
Pay attention to it. Just keep. If you are watching film, pay attention to that movie.
Exactly,
You
because
will learn something from
the
it.
movie,
Just
exactly.
pay attention. If you are watching football, pay attention. Listen to the comments. Just always be attentive.
Don't despise. Don't
Don't
despise
despise
anything. There's wisdom in everything. There's benefit in everything.
And if you are just watching dogs, doing what they are
Basically,
doing, you actually get something.
Something you see a lot is in these documentaries they do, these Nat Geo wide documentaries. You see them,
since you learn
like,
a lot.
those people who started making those videos, they probably just started off watching butterflies and like, let me see. From there you get, so from there they started building their study. Okay, how does a snake live in the surrounding, and how does a bird live?
Let me follow this one.
Let me follow this one up and see where it takes you. So in essence, like everything in this our current time, in this our current age, is actually valuable. Every experience, every learning, everything you do, it's actually valuable experience that you can use in future to like boost yourself up. So long as you are willing to like take time out to really like ponder on it and look back and say, okay, I did this thing then, or like really accept that okay, maybe you made a mistake, or maybe what you did, the way you saw it then wasn't really like the right way and stuff like that. So that's just it basically. Like everything, every challenge, your life is like it's a continuous event, and it's not really fixed. You don't even know what happens tomorrow. You've not lived this life before basically. So there's no way you can really
I always
tell.
say leave it as it comes. Be happy, have fun doing anything. Just be happy. Even if you are making mistakes, be happy. It's very vital.
Exactly.
So you not go into depression.
Yeah. So we have our potential streets. What do you call it?
We're actually looking at that. Just going to the street and just looking at people that feel. Because no matter how happy people are, there's something in their mind. Exactly. So just to encourage people, talk to them, render listening ear to people who wants to talk to others. So it's just everything about this thing is just making the environment a better place for everybody.
And one thing actually is that you really don't even know where your breakthrough or whatever it is you're looking for is going to come from actually.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Like you just don't know like how, okay, maybe if you do this thing, this would be the thing that would open the way for you. If you do that, like there's no fixed roadmap.
Yeah, so when you are making money, also take time to enjoy your money.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for vacations, play around. Just enjoy and be the alpha human being you want to be. Explore everything. The world is meant for you to explore. Exactly. So just pay attention. That's our word for today. Pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to everything.
And don't despise your experiences.
Yeah, in the long run, it will come in handy.
Exactly. So two things also like.
Even as a secondary school child now, just pay
attention
as your teachers are teaching you, because those things now
they are beneficial. Exactly. So
later.
2 things would wrap up with. Sorry, this episode turned into like a sermon or a preaching or like a motivational.
It is what it is, Shy. It's what this thing is about.
Yeah, exactly. A motivational stuff, but it's all good. And what we've concluded, if you are starting out, you maybe go to a different location and you want to try and make headway two categories of people that we looked at. If you're a graduate, just try and dig into your experience and try and review your experience and try to see what you can pick from that experience. And if you've not gone to university yet, you are maybe like a secondary school graduate or secondary school dropout, just try and be open-minded. Okay, for instance, you go and they want to reward you with kind instead of money. Be open-minded to things and just try to do your best out there. We really wish you the best. We don't have all the solutions. We don't have all the answers.
We've never figured it out for ourselves.
Exactly. So
we are just trying to figure it out together
with you as well. So if you've tried any of these steps, if you've done any of these things, you can always let us know and share your story with us below. So Marcus?
Alright, so that will bring us to the end of today. Always be patient with whatever you are doing. Listen. Be good to everybody around you. And that's all for today. Thank you.
Alright, thank you guys for joining us today.
So
See you on the next
again.
episode. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Ciao.